this discussion demonstration thingy is just to try to get people to think differently about the way they use their shields. Shields don't always just have to be a fortress that you're standing behind. You don't need to just walk around hiding behind it. Using a heater strapped to your arm, obviously that changes dynamics of things, but you can still use a little bit of dynamic movement to help that shield do work for you rather than just letting it sit on your body. So the first thing I want to show you guys is just being able to shift a shield from your body. So most of us fight in a standard kind of A-frame way, which is fine. But what happens when you need to adjust the distance between you and your opponent without giving up much of that distance yourself? So what you might want to do is actually push your shield out. Now, granted, your arm has to get used to doing this, so if you don't like it, then don't do it. But you'll want to push your shield more and just be a little, obviously I'm using a round shield and it's the most versatile thing to do all these funny things with. But you need to start thinking about distance between you and your opponent. How do you cover that while being covered? With a round shield, I can stick this out. Who's got a buckler? Look, a buckler.
Oh, wow.
Look, a buckler. This makes sense with a buckler. I'm fighting my opponent. I'm keeping at range because I have a buckler and it's little and I feel dangerous. I feel like I'm going to get stabbed. So what do? Well, I can hold it here and it only covers that much of my body. Or I can stick it all the way up there and now I'm behind this massive cone of protection.
What's the cone of protection?
It's kind of like the cones down Shire, but it is.
Oh, wow.
So basically the cone of protection, the farther this goes out, the larger it gets. The larger your hidey hole gets. So here, a sword cannot come at me. It can't hit me. So demonstrate, please. Look. Look. That's all that does. It's such a simple thing to do. You just move something out, and now you have much more protection. So now with the large shield, obviously, I hold mine lower, usually, and if I stick it out, where am I? Where'd I go? But now, here comes the dynamic part, your movement. It all stems from footwork. You need to learn footwork. Moving your feet in ways that are more dynamic than just shuffling in and out where your opponent's at, following your opponent around. Cadigan's been doing a lot of work with us with our feet. That's where this stuff comes into play. You want to shoot out, jump around behind a shield. You got a heater strapped to your arm. You can stick that point at your opponent. That point can touch his shield, it can touch his weapon, can't touch him, but you sure can jam that against his shield, step around him, and hit him in the back of the head, right? So, anybody have any questions so far?
Nope.
You guys can't do that.
No, but the rest of it is all making sense in a variety of ways.
So, if you have questions for me from that side, I will try to.
It translates directly to the basket hook of our sword as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Cool. So, footwork, shield movement. Shield movement. Who's got a different shield? Yes. Perfect. So just what I was talking about.
Okay.
But I have a heater. Wulfric's using that weird thing, that round thing. I don't like the round thing. Okay, so we A-frame, right? What's so different about that than what I just did? I can stick that out. I can chicken wing my arm. And now I'm doing something that is much different than what we're used to seeing, right? Sure, there's a lot of strain on your shoulder and you grow stronger. Have a dynamic fight, be able to shoot, tear your opponent apart from underneath the shield. You learn that your opponent is gonna start going for that because you're showing them something, right? And then you change your dynamic in the fight again and you come out from the other side. You come out from on top. You drop shields, you move things around. All right, that being said, I want you guys to run through a simple 1 through 4 step process. So the first step is your start position, whether you're left or right footed, whichever comes first, it doesn't matter. You're gonna take a step to 2, and you're gonna push your shield to the opponent. 2, right? Start at 1, go to 2. 3, on either side, you're gonna shoot. If you're at 2 on the left, you shoot to the right. Now
leaving your shield there.
The big kicker is this shield never leaves that, which is your opponent. You push in and you shoot, right? 1, 2, 3. There's a fourth step, which isn't necessary, but that's like an advanced step where you're gonna shoot and then you're gonna throw your foot around, because when you shoot, your opponent's gonna wanna go that way. They're gonna try to come around you. And if they do, you throw your foot back. You gather your shield with you and you take steps back. You move around your opponent with your feet rather than running from them, all right? There's a lot that can happen in there, but that's what I want you guys to think about. Specifically, let's look at something that is super strange. Who's seen this before? Anyone?
Yeah.
Tonight.
10 minutes ago.
That's it. So I'm super curious about using this myself to see what we can do. But again, just standard A-frame, you feel very exposed. There's a lot of angles that you can't account for. So what you got to start doing, use those angles to your advantage. Push this out, point it in weird different ways, drop it down and blast it straight to the top of the shield. Use your shield as, hey look, it's bees. So unlock, right? Just think differently about the way you use a shield. It doesn't just need to stay there static in your hand, static to your body, and you move around with the thing that, oh, sometimes it needs to come out for, you don't know why, you don't know why, you do know why, you do know why, but start thinking about dynamic stuff, moving, shifting. Same thing with your sword arm. Your sword arm does all this work. Why can't your shield arm do a little more work than it's used to? It's gonna open up the range of shots that you can throw. It's gonna open up your footwork. Your fight's gonna become more dynamic. Your fight's gonna be more lively. I mean, if you just wanna stand there and tank, power to you. If that's what you wanna do, power to you. I'm just saying, I like to move a lot. I have a lot of fun moving around. So please think of that. If anybody wants to do this, please come do the thing. I'll be here to show you to do the thing and walk you through it. But that's it. Anyone have any questions? Cool.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.